Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Elmhurst College and Langhorse Field for tonight's CCIW men's soccer matchup featuring the visiting North Central College Cardinals and your Elmhurst College Blue Jays. Before we begin, let's meet today's starting lineups. First for North Central. Starting in goal, number 1, Sebastian Garcia. Number 3, Joey Fellini. Number 5, Ryan Odine. Number 9, Lucas Habib. Number 10, John Borzik. Number 11, Matt Koch. Number 15, Nick Teat. Number 17, Chandler Ola. Number 20, Stephen Walcott. Number 22, Mark Brindle. And number 23, Nick Barsettis. The Cardinals are coached by Matt Klosterman and under tonight's game with an overall record of 8-4-1. And now the starting lineup for your Elmhurst College Blue Jays. Starting in goal, number 0, John Rugland. Number 5, Christian Mullen. Number 9, Andrew Witzowski. Number 10, Brett Stifler. Number 11, Mike Emig. Number 14, Michael DeLong. Number 16, Ben Swanson-Ralph. Number 21, Brad Yarwood. Number 22, Scott Johnson. Number 23, Jeff Kading. And number 30, Josh Rudd. The Blue Jays are coached by Dave DiTomaso. Elmhurst enters tonight's game with an overall record of 6-3-3. Our officials for this evening's contest, Arlen Koshu, Miguel Panduro, and Kyle Hannon. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you all please rise and face the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Langhorse Field, Elmhurst College men's soccer, coming to you live on BlueJayTV.com. My name is Kevin Jude. Here with the call tonight is Elmhurst setting to take on a CCIW rival in North Central College. The Blue Jays enter tonight's game 6-3-3, 0-1-1 in the CCIW. North Central coming in 8-4-1, 1-1-0 in league play. Starting lineups for both squads. For North Central, Sebastian Garcia in goal. Sophomore with a 1.44 goals against average. Joey Fellini, Ryan Odine, Lucas Habib, John Borzik, Matt Koth, Nick Teat, Chandler Ola, Stephen Walcott, Mark Brindle, and Nick Barsettis. For the rest of the Cardinals lineup, for the Blue Jays, John Rugland, the senior in goal, averaging a 0.48 goals against average, just 6 goals allowed to the first 12 games of the season. Join on the field, starters Christian Mullen, Andrew Witzowski, Brett Stifler, Mike Emig, Michael DeLong, Ben Swanson-Ralph, Brad Yarwood, Scott Johnson, Jeff Kading, and Josh Rudd make up the rest of the Blue Jays lineup. Elmhurst coming in today off of a tie against Augustana. Blue Jays had an early lead but could not hold it. Augustana with a goal late in the second period. coming away with a 1-1 tie, dropping the Elmhurst to 3-2-2 on the season. Goal leaders for these teams, players to watch: Brett Stifler, leader for Elmhurst with 3. Matt Koth, double digits already for the Cardinals. He's got 11. As we are set to get started here, there's the whistle, and we are underway. Cardinals in the red shirts, black shorts, the red and black striped shirts. Elmhurst in the solid white, blue shorts. Clearing attempt by Elmhurst, and here's a break for North Central. Here's Habib with some time, looks for a centering pass. That's broken up, never got through. Elmhurst there. Trying to spring Emig. Borzik's there for the Cardinals, though, to take it away. And North Central will try to counter Chandler Ola. Pass steered clear by Elmhurst, chested down, and here's Witzowski playing to the far sideline. It'll roll off a North Central leg and an Elmhurst throw-in right in front of their own bench. Matt Koth, number 11, the player to watch for the Cardinals. Their goal leader, 28 points on the season, 11 goals, 6 assists. There's a long toss for Emig, turning on the speed to the far side. Emig works around his defender. It's touched off of his leg, and it will be a corner kick for the Blue Jays. Less than a minute and a half in, Elmhurst will have a set play and a chance to get on the board as Jeff Kading will trot over to take it for Elmhurst. Elmhurst lining up. 4 jerseys sprinting in. Kading's kick is a line drive, steered away by the Cardinals and booted out of play right into the North Central bench. Long throw in for Elmhurst, looking for Emig to the far side. Shadowed by Brustatus. Poked out of bounds off of Emig. It'll be a North Central throw-in. Lobbed in over the Cardinals' head. Witzowski has it for the Blue Jays. Looks for Emig. This pass taken away. And North Central trying to counter. Reglan coming way out top of the box will handle that on a couple bounces and pull it back in. Reglan will slam that one downfield, headed on by Elmhurst. Here's Josh Rudd heading towards the top of your screen. Steered away by the Cardinals, trying to counter, but there to head it away for the Blue Jays is Yarwood. Long pass down the far side, trying to get Swanson Ralph, but Elmhurst called for offside. North Central on the restart. They'll play it to the near side, and Borzik overshoots him. Now headed back to Borzik from Brindle. Pass off at Elmhurst leg. Here's Fellini for North Central. Fellini plays to the near sideline, looks for Brindle, leads him too far, though. It'll roll over the line, and a throw-in coming up for Elmhurst. A very dreary fall day at Langhorse Field. It's cold, cloudy, and wet as it rained most of yesterday and for some chunks this morning. Artificial surface at Langhorse Field holding up just fine. Throw in by the Cardinals. Kept in, but taken away by Elmhurst. Here's Swanson Ralph trying to press forward. North Central steers it away to their back line, and Walcott will fire it downfield. Flag pops up here on the near sideline. North Central's going to be caught offside. So a free kick for the Blue Jays from their own 20-yard line. Driven downfield, Swanson Ralph is there. Here's touchdown to Emig. Emig gets around his man. Nice recovery by North Central. Here's DeLong. DeLong steps around his defender, crossing it towards the box, but stepping out is Garcia to snag that one out of midair. No one there in the vicinity for Elmhurst. Is good centering pass by DeLong. Elmhurst just not able to catch up to it. Long pass is headed back downfield by the Blue Jays. Now North Central on the counter. Popped up by Mullen. It'll go out of play and a throw in for North Central. And Borzik will have the honors near sideline. Mullen heads it away for North Central, or for the Cardinals. And Witzowski will steer it out. But it'll roll out to the North Central bench and a throw in for the Cardinals. Backpedaling is Yarwood for Elmhurst. We'll just play it out of bounds into the Elmhurst bench, a throw in for North Central. First 6 minutes nearly in the book. No score, no shots for either team. Just so you say, there's Reglan with a diving save. Rebound, and the Cardinals push it wide. Original shot was DeCoth, and Reglan with a diving save. He gave up the rebound. It was there for the near corner, but Brindle could not tuck it in. Kick booted away by Reglan. Elmhurst looking to counter. They'll play for Emig, and a little miscommunication. Emig was heading in. The Elmhurst expected him to come towards the sideline. Here's DeLong, good opportunity for the Blue Jays. Right down the middle, long driving shot by Stifler is saved by Garcia. Ball goes off of a North Central leg. It will come down to the near sideline, roll out of play, and Elmhurst throw in. 37-35 left to go in this opening half. Long toss by Yarwood, looks for Emig, headed away by the Cardinals. Now pulled down by Witzowski. Touchdown ahead to DeLong. DeLong takes a look, tries to spring Emig. Can't get his pass through four defenders. Walcott there for North Central. And he will start it back the other way, but steered out of play. Off on Elmhurst legs, says our head official. It'll be a North Central throw-in. Officiating crew, Arlen Koshu in the middle. Linesman Miguel Panduro and Kyle Hannon. Here's North Central scoring chance out in front, and Elmhurst recovers. Brindle not able to pull that one in. Good opportunity that time for North Central. Good centering pass. Brindle was there, but just could not collect it. Booted into the stands, another throw-in for the Cardinals. North Central had some early pressure here. Two good opportunities. Witzowski boots it downfield. Walcott steps in front for the Cardinals. His pass intercepted, though, by Elmhurst and Stifler. Here's Swanson Ralph. Give and go to Stifler. Stifler up the near sideline. Will backtrack it towards Witzowski. Tries to put his pass to the far sideline, but nicely read by Lucas Habib, coming back to make the play on defense. He'll play it back to Garcia, and he'll steer it back towards midfield. Headed on by the Cardinals, controlled by Fellini. Now taken away by Elmhurst. Emig goes off a Cardinal leg, controlled, though, by the Blue Jays and Stifler. And Stifler's pass not able to stay in. Over the line, it'll be a throw-in for North Central. Kading spins it backward, pressured by Koth, but Mullen bangs it away. Headed around twice, off the chest of Emig. No one there for Elmhurst. And a long pass by Fellini. Trying to spring Koth. Stepping into the play is Ola. Good recovery by Witzowski, but here's Koth. With a little bit of room to work to Brindle. Brindle centering pass, doesn't get through. Headed down by the Blue Jays and out. Cardinals come right back, but Elmhurst steps in front. Witzowski's pass for Swanson Ralph is led too far, though. Throw in for the Cardinals again. Witzowski to the feet of Swanson Ralph. Does a nice job right along the end line to keep it in. But it leads Emick too far. Berstatus back to sweep it up for the Cardinals. Leaves for Walcott, plays back to Garcia, and he bangs it downfield. No one there, though, except the Blue Jays. Pushed upfield by Johnson. Witzowski will change positions with Johnson. Leave it for Stifler. Stifler to Emig. Emig spins, now feeds it to the near sideline to Kading. Kading will take a look, turn, and fire across through the box. And one hopped down and shot right into the arms of Garcia. That was Witzowski come streaking through the box. Got a leg on it, but very much near the end line. And an easy save for Garcia. Ball knocked around and finally booted downfield by the Blue Jays, headed back by North Central. Swanson Ralph touched up momentarily. North Central counters, and Elmhurst will play it back to the feet of Reglan. Pressure coming by Koth, and Reglan will just steer it down the near sideline. Connects with Swanson Ralph. Has an opening for Emig and finds him. Emig will push it to the far sideline. Johnson coming up to make the play for Elmhurst, trying to press forward. Witzowski stops, puts it on the ground out in front, trying to control, now turning around and not able to pull the trigger. And finally a whistle and a foul going to go against DeLong. Nice job defensively. DeLong had possession there, but just couldn't get an open look as North Central swarmed around him defensively. 32 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the opening half. Still scoreless. And North Central will give up a corner kick here. Trying to play it back to the feet of Garcia and just led with too much power. Garcia couldn't get there in time. That was off the leg of Nick Teat. So it'll be a corner for the Blue Jays on the far sideline. Kading will trot over and take it again for Elmhurst. Five white shirts out at the top of the box. One inside is DeLong. Kading will drop the hand and send it on its way. And that one booted well over the top and out of play. Goal kick coming up for Garcia. Garcia spins the free kick downfield, met by DeLong. Now tapped by Rudd for the Blue Jays, trying to spring Stifler, but taken away by North Central, looking for Koth and leading him too far, all the way into the box. Reglan out to scoop it up for the Blue Jays. 2 shots apiece here in the early going. 2 on goal for the Blue Jays, just 1 on goal for North Central. Reglan, a great diving save. Gave up the rebound. The Cardinals missed an opportunity. There's Brindle. Drops it for Koth. Koth looking for the trailer and steered away by Elmhurst and Mullen. Swung on by Mullen, knocked out of the air by the Cardinals, and Borzik. Borzik pushing forward. Off the heel of an Elmhurst player and now banged out of play in the near sideline. throw-in coming for the Cardinals. Lucas Habib will toss it in near the 25-yard line. Flipped out of the air by Mullen. Taken away briefly by Elmhurst. Now controlled by North Central again. Tate looks for Habib, and North Central will steer it wide. Goal kick coming up for the Blue Jays. .29 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the opening half. Still no score. Far sideline, Elmhurst on the attack. Looking for Swanson Ralph, and they steer it too far. Nope, check that off of a North Central leg, so it'll be a throw-in for Elmhurst. Kading will come all the way across the field here. Has the ability to toss it right into the box, make something happen here for the Blue Jays. That's why you see him come over from the near sideline to the far side to take the throw. 6 white jerseys in the box. Kading with the long toss. Headed up into the air and over the top of the net. Brad Yarwood had got the head on it, but missed it just high. Garcia with a goal kick, and Elmhurst going to be called for in the back, so a whistle and a foul. Long drive by the Cardinals, headed out by Elmhurst. Emig coming back to play some defense for the Blue Jays. Here's Rudd. Backpedals a bit to Yarwood and gives it right back to Rudd. Rudd to the near sideline, to the far sideline. This is Emig. Emig has it poked away by North Central, and North Central will come back the other way. Mullen will step in front of Koth and steer it downfield, headed back towards the middle by the Blue Jays. High pop off the leg of Fellini. Stifler has it, but too far out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for North Central. There's a long toss near sideline. North Central with an opportunity here. And Mullen doing a nice job to poke it loose, tried to poke it off the leg of Habib, and he does just that. Great defense by Christian Mullen coming back on the play. Poked it away from Habib and tucked it off of his shin in the process for a goal kick for the Blue Jays. Cardinals come into the season 8-4-1. A very good offensive team so far for North Central offense to start the year. Have only been shut out one time. That was against Wisconsin Whitewater back on September 27th. And have 2 or more goals in all but 3 contests. One of those a 1-0 win over Calvin early on in the season back on August 30th. Here's Wadzowski. Stifler sends it far side. Headed back by North Central. Kading there to intercept for the Blue Jays. Touches on to Stifler. Stifler leaves for DeLong, and they will play it back. Emig off the head of a North Central player, now taken away by the Blue Jays. Long shot from Rudd is blocked, never gets through, and Cardinals coming back the other way with the 2-on-2 opportunity. And Mullen gets there first and quickly sends that one back the other way. Whistle and a foul going to go against Elmhurst. Back out near the 40-yard line. Borzik will start things off for the Cardinals. Chips that one to the box, headed down by North Central. Reglan will let it roll, and a goal kick coming up for the Blue Jays. Reglan bangs that one back downfield. Steered on by Kading. Emig giving chase for the Blue Jays. Hounded by Borzik near sideline. Emig steps around him. Emig plays it to the feet, out in front. North Central recovers, and DeLong fires it. And a whistle and a foul on Elmhurst. A couple of North Central subs. Evan Landmark into the game for the Cardinals. Garcia will fire that one downfield. Off the head of Fellini. DeLong giving chase for the Blue Jays. Fellini recovers. Gets around Witzowski. Play on, says the official. Fellini's pass, long pass, back to take it for the Blue Jays is Yarwood, but he steers it out of play. No one there for the Blue Jays, so North Central with an opportunity here from the far sideline with a long throw-in. Fellini's pass goes off the back of an Elmhurst player, and North Central will have their first corner kick of the game. Nick Teat will trot over to take it for the Cardinals. We'll leave it for Koth short. Koth is hounded by the Blue Jays, and a nice job defensively by Yarwood to steer it out of play. Break up that design play by the Cardinals. Bicycle kick is sent wide by North Central. Good look here on the replay. And Habib just with a blind shot fires it just wide of the net. Their goal kick for Reglan. That one across midfield, and the first whistle of the game against North Central. Quick restart by Elmhurst. Here's Rudd sprinting in on the far sideline. Was it touched by North Central? Yes, it was, says the official, and another corner kick opportunity here for the Blue Jays as the clock winds down to 20:45 to go in the opening half. Cardinals tucking everyone in except Habib. As Elmhurst going to crowd the front of the net this time. Kading fires that one away, headed out by the Cardinals. Now Emig heads it back towards the middle, off another North Central head, and finally pushed out by the Cardinals. It'll roll back towards midfield. Giving chase is Johnson. He fires it back, but it'll roll over the line for a goal kick for the Cardinals. Garcia. Pass is headed forward by the Cardinals. Jake Johnson gets a leg on it, and Koth almost breaks free for the Cardinals. Good recovery that time by Elmhurst, and Yarwood just steers it out of play. A throw in for the Cardinals near the Elmhurst bench. Koth touching it forward, getting around a defender, still loose out in front. Finally a long shot. That one's blocked by the Blue Jays. Not out of harm's way yet. Another opportunity for North Central, and that's blocked by Elmhurst as well. Elmhurst defense up to the challenge so far. North Central now out shooting the Blue Jays 5-4. 2 saves for Reglan, 1 for Garcia. Two saves for Garcia, 1 for Reglan here in the early part. Throw in for the Cardinals again in front of the Elmhurst bench. Reglan was coming out. Mullen put the head on it first and will take it away. Mullen's pass broken up by the Cardinals, but steered quickly back downfield by Elmhurst. Off the head of Witzowski, and now North Central has it on defense. Here's Emig giving chase, and Garcia just kind of shanks that off the side of his leg. Borzik is there to recover for North Central, and he'll fire it right back downfield. Overshooting Koth, headed back downfield by Elmhurst. There's Teat. Koth, hawked by Witzowski and stolen away by the Blue Jays. Near sideline is Habib for the Cardinals. We'll play it back to Barstatis. And now Elmhurst controls. Here's Swanson Ralph pushing down the middle. Looks for Emig, too far. Steered clear by Walcott. Witzowski has it for the Blue Jays, coming up the far sideline. But North Central able to recover. Ryan O'Dean giving chase. Now Witzowski takes it away, centers a pass that gets through, and Garcia will field it on the one hop. Volleys that one downfield. Koth is there. Hawked again by Witzowski. Header steered forward, though, by the Cardinals. A long drive goes over the top and out of play by Habib. Oh, they're going to say it went off of a Elmhurst leg. So it is a corner kick coming up for the Cardinals. Cardinals will put it on the tee. Out in front over all the North Central players, off of a head. And it looks like it went off of an Elmhurst head. The Cardinals will do it again from the near sideline this time. This time it's Habib who will put it in play for North Central. We'll play it on the ground, back out in front. Steered into the box, almost past Reglan, and a nice save by the Elmhurst defense. I don't think Reglan ever saw that one as he was screened out on the play. .25 left to go in the opening half. Elmhurst trying to get something going offensively, looking for Kading on a long run to the near sideline. getting back and touching up was Borzik. But it had gone out first, so it'll be a throw-in for the Cardinals. Kading takes it away for the Blue Jays. Kading turns and fires. His shot blocked. DeLong collects for Elmhurst. A throw-in coming for the Blue Jays on the far sideline. Long toss coming from Jeff Kading. He'll have the honors. Stifler will trot out, and he will take it to the near side on the quick start. Stifler back to Kading, back to Stifler. Puts it on the ground trying to find Emig. Emig has it for the Blue Jays. Touchback by Yarwood, and now North Central has it out and will try to push back downfield. Didn't get very far before the Blue Jays have it going the other direction. Emig giving chase again. Contact, play on. And off the leg of Witzowski, it'll be a goal kick for the Cardinals with 14 minutes even to go in the opening half. Mentioned the Cardinals have scored a lot of goals, but they've given up a lot of goals, and kind of a polar opposite. Elmhurst hasn't scored a ton of goals this season, but they have given up very few as well. Just 6 goals allowed on the season by the Blue Jays as a defensive squad. Elmhurst just 2 goals, though, in their last 3 games. A 1-0 win over Olivet, a 1-0 loss against Wheaton, and then a 1-1 tie against Augustana last Saturday. Here's North Central. Looking to get something going on offense. Coates' pass swiped away by the Blue Jays. Volleyed ahead by Kading. Emig giving chase off his head. He's got his man beat. Emig heads it down to his feet. Emig shooting for the far post and sent it wide. Good run by Mike Emig. But had to pull the trigger quickly as he was running out of space coming up on the end line. Substitution coming in for Elmhurst. Swanson Ralph will trot out. Jordan Fletcher comes in for the Blue Jays. Some fresh legs with 12 minutes to go. Here's the Cardinals on the attack. Habib steps around one man, can't step around the other one. Now Koth gets a foot on it, bouncing loose out in front. Koth plays it back towards Habib and broken up by the Blue Jays, swung out of play, and a throw-in for North Central. North Central's had their chances, but Elmhurst defense has been up to the challenge so far. Substitution for the Cardinals. O'Dean comes out. Throw-in for North Central. Witzowski gets a head on it for the Blue Jays. Knocked up into the air. Long swing from Borzik, aiming for the far post. Habib will give chase for the Cardinals. Habib collects that one off of a North Central head, I believe. Let's see. Officials saw it the same way I did. It'll throw in for the Blue Jays near sideline. Carl Babbert came in for the Cardinals at the last break. Emig heads out for Elmhurst now. Ryan Bigby, the fresh legs for the Blue Jays with 10:45 left in the opening half. There's Michael DeLong. Plays to the far sideline. Quick sprint up the near far side now from Bigby. Bigby steps around his defender, tries to center it through. No one there, but Elmhurst recovers on a long drive. Punched over the top by Garcia. Great leaping save by Garcia to keep this game scoreless as DeLong had an open look. Sets up a corner kick for the Blue Jays. With 9:50 to go. Aiming far sideline, it's headed out by the Cardinals. And contact whistle and a foul going to go against North Central as Kading was upended. Blue Jays thought about the quick restart. Now they will take their time. Kading with the clock winding to 9:19. Kading with the drive, headed out by North Central. Controlled by Stifler. And Stifler going to be called for a trip here. So North Central ball right back, a free kick from their own 20. Fire that one downfield. Koth is double teamed almost every time he goes near the ball. DeLong being hawked by Jake Johnson. And now controlled by the Cardinals and Habib. Woodford with a run to the far side. Knocked away by Elmhurst. Play on, says the official, and the Blue Jays have possession. Kading does a nice job to get out of the way on the rebound as that one was off Johnson, came right back at him. Results in an Elmhurst throw-in. Tosses it forward. They'll move it up about 20 yards and do it again. Kading lets his team get set, and he will fire it in again. Overshooting Bigby, but there to collect is Fletcher. Fletcher for DeLong. DeLong plays to the far side for Johnson with some room to run. Johnson with the long drive back towards the middle. Here's DeLong winding and firing it through the football, uprights high. Another goal kick for the Cardinals. .7:35 left in the opening half, still scoreless. First half stats look pretty even so far. 8 shots for Elmhurst, 7 for North Central. Blue Jays have put 3 on goal, the Cardinals with 2 on goal. Both keepers have had to make at least one very good save. Garcia was the leaper on DeLong. Reglan had the diving save in the opening half, early in the half. And Brindle wasn't able to put the rebound shot home for the Cardinals. Clearing attempt broken up. Will trip up, play on, says the official, and North Central will steer it back across midfield. Johnson has it poked away by Witzowski. Leaves for DeLong, looks for Bigby now. Bigby will drop it to the far side. Chased by Nick Benchy. Benchy will give and go with Johnson. Long blast out, and Garcia's there to meet it for the Cardinals. Tried to cross that one in front to Bigby. Garcia saw him and stepped in front and pulled that one out of the air. Clock winds down to 6 minutes and 10 seconds. Johnson takes that one out of midair, but sends it right into the Cardinal coaching staff. Throw in for North Central is quickly steered the other way by the Blue Jays. DeLong tries to get around his defender. Gets one step and we're in front of the bench. Now he does get around one, but can't get around the second. On a play and a throw in for the Cardinals. Lob downfield by Elmhurst. Off a foot of DeLong and now controlled by the Cardinals. Giving chase is Mullen to the free ball. plays to the near sideline, but no one there for Elmhurst. It'll trickle all the way back into the box where Garcia is there to meet it. And Borzik will carry out for the Cardinals. Mullen steps in front of Koth and fires it back out of play. Headed into the air, and a whistle and a foul going to go against Elmhurst. Free kick for the Cardinals near the 35-yard line. Borzik will take it. Headed on by the Cardinals. Rastanis is there momentarily, now poked clear back out to Nick Teat. And now Elmhurst has it taken away. Good recovery by the Cardinals as they swing it all the way back to the near sideline to Borzik. He'll give chase and corral it. Bangs it back downfield. That one gets to Koth as Mullen tried to diving header on it. Now quick defense as Witzowski sprinting back to get in on the play. Here's a driving shot by the Cardinals. Is blocked again. Landmark tried to get that one through, and now a whistle and a foul against North Central. Both teams with 8 shots. Defensively, a very strong game for both squads. A lot of blocked shots here in the opening half. There's Fetchy. Substitution now for the Cardinals, as Koth will get a breather here with 3.5 minutes to go. Whistle against Elmhurst and a throw-in for the Cardinals. Comes back towards Yarwood. Fired across midfield, but the Cardinals there to collect with 3 minutes to go. Less than 3 minutes. Pass downfield, headed down by Mullen. At the feet of Witzowski. And he will touch back to Stifler. Stifler pressured, and Harjik's shot is partially off of Stifler. It goes out of play. And it will be an Elmhurst throw-in. Just shy of midfield. Flicked on by the Blue Jays, but cleared right back across the center line by the Cardinals and headed out of play. A North Central throw-in. 2 minutes, 15 seconds, all that remains in the opening half. Still scoreless at Langhorse Field. Yarwood gets a head on it. Trying to push it forward is Johnson, and a Cardinal player going to be called for a foul after draped all over the arm of Johnson. Blue Jays swing it crossfield. Kading then fires downfield. Elmhurst comes back to Kading across midfield. Kading will take another look to Bigby, to the feet of Stifler. Lofting it forward. Kept in by the Cardinals. A nice job by North Central defensively. Here comes Landmark across midfield. Slowed up by Witzowski and taken away. Fletcher is there for Elmhurst, but quickly won back by the Cardinals and Bappert. Bappert's pass is steered right back at him. Now Mullen diving header for the Blue Jays. Whistle and a foul as they're going to get Gerharjic. Holding on to Mullen as Mullen was trying to come around and put a head on it. 1 minute exactly left in the opening half. Mullen will restart for the Blue Jays. Long drive is headed on by Bigby. Did it touch up off a North Central head? Yes, it did, said the center referee. So it'll be a corner kick for the Blue Jays with time ticking away here in the opening half. Michael DeLong will put it down in the corner. Kading coming in to play it short for Elmhurst. Kading takes a look, fires, far post, headed down by the Blue Jays and knocked out of play. It'll be another corner kick for Elmhurst. with 15 seconds. This one back in front and sent over the top by Bigby. Two good looks for the Blue Jays in the closing seconds, but that's how the first half will come to a close. A scoreless first 45 minutes as Elmhurst and North Central deadlocked at 0. First half numbers, Elmhurst outshooting North Central 10-8. Elmhurst put 3 on goal, North Central put 2 on goal. A couple saves for each goalkeeper. Fouls almost even. Elmhurst with 6 corners to their 3. 15. So we'll come back in 15 minutes for the start of the second half. You're watching Elmhurst College men's soccer on BlueJayTV.com.
I was born and raised in Taiwan and moved here 9 years ago. I'm always the type of person that wants to hang out with other people and meet new people. And because the Elmhurst environment, everyone is so friendly, that just make me feel really comfortable being here. The very first organization I joined was the Alpha Sigma Phi fraternity, and that opened the gate out for me to join other organizations.
Playing college football 4 years is very tough, but it's also very, very rewarding. Through Fellowship of Christian Athletes at Elmhurst College, I think has really helped me grow because, I wasn't the most outgoing guy in the beginning, but as my time went on, just meeting new people, I've kind of stepped out and became, more of a witness in my faith. I think, Fellowship of Christian Athletes has helped that, and I think Elmhurst College has encouraged that.
Elmhurst College definitely helped me grow, as in it made it clear to what I wanted to do. It definitely helped build me as the person that I am now. Lambda Chi also had, a great significance in that, turning me from a young guy, young dude, to a gentleman and to a man. And Elmhurst College, definitely the campus, the atmosphere, the culture, the teachers here, the community itself, it was huge. And I think without Elmhurst College, I wouldn't be prepared for the real life.
Well, I think something I'm very passionate about is Habitat for Humanity. So we fundraise lots of money to go down to New Orleans and just help rebuild any way we can. Something that the locals there always tell us is just make sure you tell the story and make sure everyone back home knows that it's still not okay. And of course I'm getting more mature and stuff, but I think it's the whole community service aspect of my life that has really changed. A lot of my friends I met through Habitat, the more you're involved in, the more you're going to learn and just get to meet lots of people.
Was born in Elmhurst, moved to Wheaton when I was 3 or 4, and came back here for school. I felt that Elmhurst really did give me a chance in knowing what to expect, and it really broke me out of my shell and got me to know people better and to become more involved in general. I have a much broader view, a much greater respect for what else is out there.
One thing I really appreciate about Elmhurst College is the diversity of mindset, both with the students and with the faculty. I had all these constructs of how the world was supposed to work or how the world did work in my head before I came to Elmhurst and before I attended college. And then slowly as I entered the academic world and the social spheres at Elmhurst, I began to realize the multi-dimensional facets of these spheres and how nothing is really as straightforward as you think it to be when you first enter college. And I think that really helped me expand my worldview. Even though we're all so diverse, there are common threads that we may share in our tradition. You find it and it's there.
My Elmhurst experience, it has helped me already grow hugely as a person and be more aware of myself and my beliefs and my values and what I want to do, what I want to be, where I want to go. And I think that my experience here has put me in touch with a lot of people that can help me get there. Even if it is after I graduate, I feel like they're behind me. So I think that that's really a strength that this school has.
Outside of the classroom, I play for the softball team. I am a member of the J-Lights hip hop dance team. And I'm a member of Black Student Union. I know for sure that BSU is very welcoming to new people of all different kind of backgrounds. BSU has helped me to increase my networking skills a lot. It's a small school that can give you the resources of a big school as well as the individual time that you need that only a small school can give you.
I think that we attract so much attention because of the quality of the education we're getting here. They definitely try to bring the professionalism into the classroom. The faculty are incredible, and they're still in the business, which is great for music people. It's nice to take classes and take lessons from teachers that are still performing. You know, music is really a universal language. Being in the performing ensembles was one of the great experiences being here.
Being at Elmhurst definitely makes it easier to get involved if you take the initiative to get involved. When I was a first year, I didn't take that step forward until second semester, and I didn't know what to do with myself. But once I took that step forward, people are so welcoming, and it doesn't matter what you want to get involved in. If you want to, they'll let you. And it's with open arms, and it's really easy to, and no one's going to turn you down. And that's what I liked about it so much, and that's what helped me to expand and broaden my horizons with all my different activities.
Last year we had all of our girls leave except me and another girl, so we kind of got put into our captain positions. And it's not that I didn't want to do it, but I didn't know if I was ready to take that leadership role yet. But because I was thrown into it, I had to do it, so it helped me as a person and to help lead the dance team and be in control. I mean, it's difficult at sometimes, no doubt about it. It's very stressful sometimes, but I probably, as much as I complain about it, I probably wouldn't change it for the world because it's making me who I am today.
Elmhurst College is unique in so many ways.
Here we really do have values, and my professors know the values, and they push me to be those values.
Stewardship and faith and community and service, and it really does bring in kind of a level of just interaction with values that you never got before.
But as you kind of develop yourself over the years, you start to realize these values mean so much more, and you start to uncover the true meaning behind them.
You begin to see equivalencies between your life and the school, and then you discover that you're not just in a place of learning, you're also in a place of growing, you're in a place of maturity and value exactly that, core values.
Intellectual excellence means allowing our minds to grow in ways that we've never thought they could before. It means exploring those new pathways, seeing how we could do things different. It means stepping outside of our box of what we know and what we're comfortable with and taking those risks to really grow and make things better. I think that's really the core of what intellectual excellence is.
The professors set the standard of intellectual excellence, and that rubs off on the students, and I feel like that's rubbed off on me.
You really have to push yourself. So to know that's actually a value here is pretty important, because that's something I value on my own. So if my college values it as well, that means I really belong here.
To say that Elmhurst College values community, I think, is an understatement. I think Elmhurst College is community in so many ways.
Coming to Elmhurst College, a small college, it has to be about community.
It doesn't really matter who you are or where you've come from. Everyone here will just love you for who you are.
The fact that every individual and every unique person is allowed to be in an environment together and learn from each other and grow with each other.
Just the fact that it's smaller and that you form those one-on-one relationships, it encourages like creativity and questioning and all the things I wanted out of my college experience.
Social responsibility means caring for each individual as a person.
There are all these people, and they're all more important than my general happiness as a single person.
You're not only trying to better yourself, but I feel like it also means it's your job that you better your community too.
Knowing that there's something larger than yourself and that you can play a part in making someone else's life better.
Taking what I learned from my family, that others come before me, and translating that into the entire world.
It's really awesome to be in a place where not only are you worrying about academics, but it's also teaching me how to be a better person.
To me, stewardship is just being responsible, really thinking about your actions.
If I'm going to say that, I believe in this philanthropy, I think we should do this, I need to follow through with my actions.
What I found coming to Elmhurst is that there are lots of people that feel the same way. So it was easy to find a group of people who were so engaged in service and so willing to help.
Kind of made me reflect on, what do I value in life? Why am I here? They really did kind of push me to the next level and make me think about that, and I think that I'm a better person for it.
Values really help shape identity.
If you really don't understand your values, you're not really understanding a part of who you are.
I was more sheltered until I came here, and Elmhurst has really kind of made me step out of my comfort zone and learn more about like what I want to do and what I believe in.
Places like the chaplain's office and the Niebuhr Center for Faith and Action give me safe places where I can go to discuss my faith and to discuss my values with people that I know I trust and people that I know I can count on to influence me and to lead me in the right direction.
You can never be forced out of your faith or forced into a different kind of faith as long as you're at Elmhurst, that you really are given the ability to take your pick and always have encouragement from your peers, never shunned or excluded or pressured into something else. There's always a place for you.
If you believe you're here on this earth for a reason, that's going to affect the way you live your life. That's going to affect the way you treat your academics, the way you treat your social life, the way you look at your future and the goals that you have. Those things seem like really big things, but all of that boils down to like the way you live your everyday life.
We value
Intellectual excellence. Community.
Social responsibility.
Stewardship.
Faith, meaning, and values.
I have had a great experience at Elmhurst. I'm obviously involved with the volleyball program, and it's been a really good experience for me. I would say we're pretty close because we practice 5 days a week for 2.5 hours. We're lifting, we're doing bonding things, and we're traveling on the weekends. So you're pretty much with these girls for 3 months every single day for hours. So we're all pretty close, and we rely on each other and ask each other for help.
Welcome to the cultural season at Elmhurst College. Elmhurst is a place of values and conviction. We were founded by 19th century reformers who believed in human potential, loved learning, and had standards. More than 140 years later, we still do. We still attract students and teachers who want to think for themselves and act on principles, who challenge and respect one another, who engage, serve, and celebrate our diverse, dynamic, interdependent world. A few years ago, to be clear about things, we wrote down our core values. This year, we asked some of our students what those values mean to them.
Elmhurst College is unique in so many ways.
Here we really do have values, and my professors know the values, and they push me to be those values.
Stewardship and faith and community and service, and it really does bring in kind of a level of just interaction with values that you never got before.
But as you kind of develop yourself over the years, you start to realize these values mean so much more, and you start to uncover the true meaning behind them.
You begin to see equivalencies between your life and the school, and then you discover that you're not just in a place of learning, you're also in a place of growing, you're in a place of maturity and value, exactly that, core values.
Intellectual excellence means allowing our minds to grow in ways that we've never thought they could before. It means exploring those new pathways, seeing how we could do things different. It means stepping outside of our box of what we know and what we're comfortable with and taking those risks to really grow and make things better. I think that's really the core of what intellectual excellence is.
The professors set the standard of intellectual excellence, and that rubs off on the students, and I feel like that's rubbed off on me.
You really have to push yourself. So to know that's actually a value here is pretty important because that's something I value on my own. So if my college values it as well, that means I really belong here.
To say that Elmhurst College values community, I think, is an understatement. I think Elmhurst College is community in so many ways.
Coming to Elmhurst College, a small college, it has to be about community.
It doesn't really matter who you are or where you've come from. Everyone here will just love you for who you are.
The fact that every individual and every unique person is allowed to be in an environment together and learn from each other and grow with each other.
Just the fact that it's smaller and that you form those one-on-one relationships, it encourages like creativity and questioning and all the things I wanted out of my college experience.
Social responsibility means caring for each individual as a person.
There are all these people, and they're all more important than my general happiness as a single person.
You're not only trying to better yourself, but I feel like it also means it's your job that you better your community too.
Knowing that there's something larger than yourself and that you can play a part in making someone else's life better.
Taking what I learned from my family, that others come before me, and translating that into the entire world.
It's really awesome to be in a place where not only are you worrying about academics, but it's also teaching me how to be a better person.
To me, stewardship is just being responsible, really thinking about your actions.
If I'm going to say that, I believe in this philanthropy, I think we should do this, I need to follow through with my actions.
What I found coming to Elmhurst is that there are lots of people that feel the same way. So it was easy to find a group of people who were so engaged in service and so willing to help.
Kind of made me reflect on, what do I value in life? Why am I here? They really did kind of push me to the next level and make me think about that, and I think that I'm a better person for it.
Values really help shape identity. If you really don't understand your values, you're not really understanding a part of who you are.
I was more sheltered until I came here, and Elmhurst has really kind of made me step out of my comfort zone and learn more about what I want to do and what I believe in.
Back line for the start of the second half. Elmhurst and North Central men's soccer on BlueJayTV.com. My name is Kevin Jude. Glad you could be with us tonight. A scoreless first half. Elmhurst out shooting North Central 10-8. It's pretty even for most of it. Two of those shots coming in the closing seconds off the corner kicks. North Central on the attack, taken away by Elmhurst. Ben Swanson-Ralph. Far sideline, this is DeLong. DeLong steps around, centering pass, broken up by the Cardinals. Long shot, and he'll score! Brett Stifler, the man who buries it for the Blue Jays. Came in the leading scorer, his fourth goal of the year. There's the replay. Swanson-Ralph centering pass off a Cardinal leg, and Stifler, nothing but space in front of him, just unloads into the upper right corner. So Elmhurst with a 1-0 lead. They draw first blood here in the second half, scoring less than a minute and a half in. Here's the Cardinals. Stolen away by Elmhurst. Briefly across midfield. Now here's DeLong with the run to the far sideline. Steps around one man. Touched on by the Blue Jays and right back into the arms of Garcia. There's Elmhurst on the attack. Rudd plays back to Stifler. Stifler works his way towards the middle. It's going to go over the line here for the Blue Jays, and a goal kick coming up. Here's North Central now. Controlled by the Cardinals. North Central is looking to set up their attack. Long driving shot gets through. Reglan will come out and scoop it up. Folini with the shot for the Cardinals. So Elmhurst with the goal from Stifler, holding on to the 1-0 lead in the second half. Cardinals have had some good scoring chances. Long ball looking for Koth, and a North Central player slips and falls, giving Elmhurst a chance to get back defensively. Losing his footing was Ola. Here's Ryan O'Dean for the feet of Fellini. Play it up to the top of your screen. Habib for Fellini, trying to touch it to the near side. Kading gets back defensively for the Blue Jays, gets a leg on it and steers it away. Off the leg of Teat. Now here's Elmhurst looking to counter. Here's DeLong. As Fletcher on the far side, touched by Witzowski, back to Fletcher. Moves it towards the center to Stifler. Stifler, a little behind Scott Johnson. Johnson gets there. Now Stifler controls for the Blue Jays. Good change of direction, keeps his possession. Works back towards the middle, where he's hounded by O'Dean. Leaves for Witzowski, and Witzowski retreats back to the Elmhurst half, defensive half. Stifler has it taken away by the Cardinals. Here's Habib with a counter. North Central with some numbers. Lucas Habib plays to the far side, gets around one man. Touch pass is broken up. Here's a long drive. That one's blocked by Elmhurst, as Ola had a good look, and it was blocked. And now here's an opportunity for the Blue Jays. Racing in onside. Swanson Ralph all the way in, is hounded and nicely blocked down defensively by the Cardinals. North Central, an excellent job getting back defensively as they were beat by Swanson Ralph. But the Cardinals defense collapses, gets back, and now North Central looking to get a run offensively. And a corner kick coming up for the Cardinals. The action fast and furious here over the last minute. Teat will take the corner kick here for the Cardinals. That one set through, and another team save by the Blue Jays. Reglan never saw it again, and there defensively again was Christian Mullen for Elmhurst. Two good scoring chances for the Cardinals, and twice the Elmhurst defense has been up to the challenge. There's the replay on the corner. You'll see it come loose, and right there is Mullen to knock it free, as Reglan never saw it through the screen. .36:50 left to go in this contest in regulation. Elmhurst with a 1-0 advantage. And a substitution for the Blue Jays now, as Swanson Ralph will head out. And Rudd back in for Elmhurst. Whistle and a foul goes against the Blue Jays. So free kick for the Cardinals, just across midfield. That one is going to hop in and be met by Reglin. Thought to go short to Rudd, and now he will let the Blue Jays trot downfield and will boot it away. .35 minutes and 5 seconds left to go. Throw in coming to the near sideline for the Cardinals. That one is going to say it went out of bounds. Elmhurst could not keep it in near sideline, so the Cardinals will move a little closer and toss it in again. Mark Brindle, check that. That's number 20, Stephen Walcott. Will throw it in for North Central. Cardinals with 5 red jerseys packed in the box, headed up into the air and cleared out by the Blue Jays. Not far enough out as Walcott is there, and he misfires that one. Not happy with himself, but it's going to take a North Central bounce and stay in play, as it looked like it may have been ticketed for out of bounds. But the Cardinals control. Long driving shot going for the far side, and that one just steered clear. .34 minutes, 5 seconds left to go. Elmhurst leads it 1-0. Reglin will take his time, eat a few more seconds off that clock, and now boot it away. Wachowski heads it forward. Rudd keeps it in play for Johnson. Collision right in front, a whistle. And down on his knees right now is Andrew Moore, a little shaken up as he went chasing in after that one. And now we'll stop the clock. So Moore started to get up and then had some trouble there and drops back to the turf. Elmhurst trainer Joe Mattingly will come out to attend to Andrew Moore's collision to the near side, trying to win the battle with O'Dean. The Elmhurst team will head to the sideline, grab some water, take a little breather here while Mattingly attends to Moore, who will have to come off here. Moore up and walking off on his own power. But definitely favoring that left leg a little bit. Mike Emig checked in for Elmhurst to replace Moore. Here's an opportunity for North Central. Coming on the near sideline, Elmhurst steers it out of play, though. Cardinals with a throw-in. Looking to the middle. Here's Fellini, steps around one man, plays it back to his teammate Ola. Ola has it poked out of play, out of bounds. Another throw-in for the Cardinals. Toss to the feet of Ola. Sends it back towards the middle, and not able to handle it off the bounce was Habib. Good look for the Cardinals. That was kind of a low hop that just ate up Habib as he was swinging, trying to put that one into the upper corner. Rolls out of bounds in front of the Cardinal bench. Throw in for the Blue Jays. Kading will toss it deep. Headed by the Cardinals, right in front of the Elmhurst bench. Kading gives chase, contact, and it'll be a Elmhurst throw in again, right at midfield. There's Emig on the far sideline for the Blue Jays. Takes it right to that corner. Tries to sidestep one defender, has it poked away by the Cardinals, and back the other way comes North Central. Now Elmhurst takes it right back again. Whistle and a foul going to go against the Blue Jays. Otherwise, they may have had some numbers on the far sideline. Sixth foul of the day against Elmhurst. Just 4 on the Cardinals. Not a whole lot of whistles so far today. Long drive for Kuth as it knocked back the other way. Here's Emig, top of your screen, far sideline, racing in, gets around one man, but a little too far off the front leg, can't quite catch up to it. And it'll roll over the end line, a goal kick coming up for North Central. Emig not happy with himself on that. You see him put his heads up on his hand, a little frustrated that he lost the handle on that one coming in. There's North Central. Johnson will play it back to the feet of Reglan, and Reglan will chip that one up in the air towards the 40-yard line, headed back by the Cardinals, now headed right back again by Elmhurst. DeLong volleys it out of the air, across midfield. Fellini there for the Cardinals to control. Fellini has it poked loose by Jordan Fletcher. Stifler can't keep it in on the near sideline. A throw in for the Cardinals. Goth hounded by Yarwood, taken away by Yarwood. Yarwood pushes ahead to Fletcher. Fletcher finds DeLong working towards the middle, now touches on to the far sideline. Stutter step back towards the middle. Long pass is headed back down and out by the Cardinals. Kading, the man who made the run for Elmhurst. Stifler fires it back across the 40, but the Cardinals' defense is there. Johnson plays to Kading, and Kading will play back to Mullen now, and the Elmhurst defense will go to work. Mullen fires it downfield. That one's going to take a couple bounces and roll all the way back. Garcia will come out of the box to play it out to his teammates. Johnson wins the header. Pops it out to Rudd. Rudd's pass is volleyed out of the air by Borzik. Chasing to the near sideline, and Mullen is just going to screen his man off. It'll be a goal kick for the Blue Jays. Jake Johnson was streaking in for the Cardinals. Mullen just got in there and basically boxed him out like you would in basketball. Let that one roll over the line. A goal kick coming up for Elmhurst and John Reglan. Reglan taking his time, burning a few extra seconds off that clock. 28 minutes exactly left in regulation. Whistle and a foul going to go against Fellini. Just short of midfield. A little too much contact in the back, says the referee. Kading puts the boot on it. Man down in the box for the Cardinals. They have the advantage. Play on, says the official. Won't stop it with North Central with numbers. Looking for a long drive is Borzek, and now it's back the other way for Elmhurst, and Elmhurst needs to probably play this one out of bounds, and that's what they're going to do. They'll kick it out towards the sideline here. And now we'll stop the clock. Man was down all the way back inside the goal box for the Cardinals. Couldn't see who that was. But the referee did not want to stop play with the Cardinals had the offensive numbers. Training staff now to attend to the injured North Central player. 26:57, where the clock is frozen at right now. Elmhurst leads it 1-0 after the goal by Stifler. Was a cross from Swanson Ralph that got through. Deflected off of a North Central player to a wide open Stifler. He got about a 10-yard run up on the ball and buried it into the upper corner early on into the second half. Those players helped off, walks off on his own power, a good sign to see. May have been Nick Teat, the man who was shaken up there for North Central. Cardinals will just play that one back to John Reglin. As it was Elmhurst ball when the clock was stopped. There's Stifler pressuring. Fletcher touches it. And now a yellow card. Stop the clock there as they'll book. I think that was on Jordan Fletcher for a delay of game. Gave it a little extra touch after it was already signaled for North Central. So on the kick, the clock will restart. Popped up into the air by the Cardinals. Koth, surrounded by a couple of white jerseys, plays it back towards his teammate Odine. Odine aims for the far corner. No one there for North Central. It'll be a goal kick coming up for Elmhurst. Reglin takes his time and fires it downfield again. Kading gives chase, tries to keep it in. Knocked back by North Central, and now Kading will play it all the way back to Reglin. Reglin shoots it out, touched up by Fletcher. Volleyed into the air, now North Central controls. Fletcher applies some pressure for the Blue Jays. And a whistle and a throw-in coming up for North Central. Nope, they called that a foul on Fletcher, rather. My fault. There's the restart for the Cardinals. Knocked into the air by the Blue Jays. Pressured by Odine. Odine controls for Johnson. plays to some space, but Elmhurst is there first. DeLong to Yarwood. Taken away by Odine. Whistle, and Elmhurst going to be caught for a foul here. So a good opportunity from the Cardinals, only about 30 yards out, as Chandler Ola got knocked down. Nick Teat will take the free kick for the Cardinals. Clock's at 24 minutes, 20 seconds. Referee will back up the two-man Elmhurst wall. Teat, the low line drive, never gets through. Mullen, the man who steered it clear for the Blue Jays. Emick back defensively for the Blue Jays, knocks that one out. Tain's pass deflected again by Elmhurst. Here's Mike Emick for the Blue Jays. Emick starts a run up the near sideline, now stop and go. Keeps control, and now it has it taken away by the Cardinals. Pressed on, but North Central will play it out, and it'll be an Elmhurst throw-in for Scott Johnson. Time the ball as a goal kick or a throw-in for the Blue Jays. They'll lead a few extra seconds. That one's going to go off the chest of Rudd and out of play, and North Central throw-in now. Emig swings and misses on that one, but it went off of a North Central leg, says our linesman. And it'll be a throw-in for the Blue Jays. Scott Johnson lobs downfield. Emmett gets a head on it. Cleared out by the Cardinals. There's Coth. And now North Central with some numbers. Here comes 5 red jerseys. The pass steered away, though, by the Blue Jays. Johnson steps in front, plays it down the far sideline. And North Central will try again. Delaney to the far sideline. Pressure put on by Elmhurst, and a flag going to go up, and a whistle and a foul against North Central. Substitution for the Cardinals as Koth comes out, probably get a breather. With 21 minutes, 45 seconds left. Witzowski has it for the Blue Jays, chips it to Emig down the far sideline. Emick steps around his man. That ball stays in play. Emick now chasing from behind, and he's going to get whistled for the foul. $11 shots apiece in the opening first almost 70 minutes of this contest. Here's the Cardinals with some numbers and a whistle. And Elmhurst is going to be called for a foul. They're going to back it up. It looked like North Central still had possession. I'm not quite sure why that was blown dead then. But they will give the Cardinals the ball all the way back out with a free kick coming at about the 20, so 30 yards out of the net. Two-man wall for the Blue Jays. The line drive kick, Reglan will just punch it away. It'll roll to the near sideline and a throw-in coming for the Cardinals. Fletcher gets the head on it, but taken right back by North Central. And Fellini. Reglan coming all the way out. Will take that one out of the air off the foot of Odine. Can waste a few more seconds off the clock. Couple of bounces off the one hop, and Regland booms it downfield. Headed backwards by Fletcher. Johnson pushes it forward, but quickly the other way go the Cardinals and Nick Teat. North Central giving chase. Elmhurst wins the battle first, though. Here's DeLong with some room to run. Plays it to the far sideline for Emig. Emig turns on the speed. He will keep it in play on the far sideline. Works back towards the middle and just overshoots the leg of DeLong, and now North Central with a chance to counter. A lot of contact. Play on, or nope, we'll hold it up and we'll have the whistle. It'll be a North Central ball. They had the advantage, then lost it, so the referee quickly blew that one dead. Here's Rudd. Plays it across the field. Kading with a run up the far side. Kading around one defender. Turning on the speed, gets around another man. Kading racing in. Tries the centering pass. No one trailing on the play for the Blue Jays. And now North Central. See who that went off of. It went off of an Elmhurst player, so it'll be a North Central throw-in. Handful of subs for both squads. In the middle is Chandler Olaf for the Cardinals. Wins the header and fires that one well over the top. Another sub for Elmhurst. Emig heads off. Swanson Ralph back for the Blue Jays. Clock winding down to 17 minutes, 15 seconds. Regland's goal kick headed forward by Rudd. Knocked around in the air a few times, tapped on by the Cardinals. Nate Donovan, Chris Tovar, a couple of the Cardinals who checked in on the last break. There's Witzowski. Plays for Stifler. Elmhurst has it top of your screen. Give and go. Here's Nick Fetchy sprinting in. Stops, turns, fires back towards the middle. DeLong couldn't control it and get a shot off, and North Central wins it, but they'll play it out of bounds near sideline. It'll be a throw-in for the Blue Jays. This is going to take their time, take some seconds off the clock. Johnson will lob in. Off the head of Rudd. DeLong tries to keep it in and does so. Witzowski heads it back forward for the Blue Jays. Battled for by Koth, who also came back in for the Cardinals. Headed down by North Central, taken away by Fetchy. Fetchy tries to play to some open space. Elmer's trying to make sure they weren't offsides, and now a giveaway by the Cardinals. Rudd had it, but then lost it. Whistle and a foul goes against Stifler. North Central with a quick restart. Too quick, says the official. This one back at the 35-yard line. That one will bounce all the way clear, roll all the way across the line, and back out for another goal kick. 15 minutes, all that's left in this contest in regulation. Another sub for the Cardinals. Johnson out, Habib back in. Most of the starting lineups for both squads on the field right now. Reglan will chip it downfield. Headed on by Johnson, brought down by the leg of Swanson Ralph and sent back over the top by the Cardinals. Here come the Cardinals with some numbers, but it will lead Habib too far to the near side. Reglan will fake the pickup. Let Koth come in a little bit, give him a few more seconds to hold off before he picks that ball up, waste a couple more seconds off that clock as the Blue Jays trying to milk that clock down with 14 minutes and counting, holding on to the 1-0 lead. Foul went against North Central back here and stop the clock. We'll freeze it here. They're going to back Elmhurst up a little bit, I think. So on the touch, the clock will restart with 13:19 left to go. There we go. Swanson Ralph, far sideline, has control for the Blue Jays. Puts a spin on his man, steps around, but unable to keep it in. Over the end line, goal kick coming up for the Cardinals. Sebastian Garcia puts it down and will boom it back downfield for North Central. Witzowski wins the header. Rudd collects for the Blue Jays, plays back to the feet of Mullen, and Mullen sweeps it forward, but it's intercepted by the Cardinals. Looking for Koth, leading too far though. Reglan right out at the top of the box to scoop it up again for Elmhurst. Reglan booms it downfield, headed on by Rudd. Off the foot of Borzik. It'll be an Elmhurst throw-in with 12:20. Johnson has the throw-in. It's won by the Blue Jays. Nick Fetchy. Short left to pass a little short to Stifler. North Central controls and clears down. Mullen puts on the brakes and brings it back the other direction for the Blue Jays. Pressured by the Cardinals, it goes out of bounds. A throw-in for North Central, and now a handful of subs for the Cardinals. The long drive in. Reglan will snag it out of the air. Now we're down to 11 and a half minutes. Take the one bounce off the turf and fire downfield. Witzowski and Follini battling for control. Follini wins it for the Cardinals. Here comes Follini. Looking for Koth. He's got him breaking in. Koth gets around a man as Reglan goes sliding down, but a nice defensive recovery by the Blue Jays and steered out. Reglan was coming out. Mullen was coming back in. Good opportunity for North Central. There's a cross-field pass that doesn't connect with any heads for North Central, but it's won by the Cardinals. Low line drive shot goes off of a leg, and it'll be won in the corner by Elmhurst. North Central out shooting Elmhurst 14-11, but the Cardinals have put just 4 shots on goal. Swanson Ralph giving chase to the far sideline. Met by two red jerseys there. They will slow him down and let it go out of bounds. A throw in coming up for the Cardinals as we're under 10 to go. Flip forward by North Central. There's Goth. Winning it momentarily, then double teamed and booted back downfield by the Blue Jays. Swanson Ralph will chase. That go off of a North Central head, I believe so it'll be an Elmhurst throw-in. Ryan Bigby had it, plays it off a Cardinal defender out of bounds. Another throw-in. When you're in the corners, the Blue Jays can milk the clock, take a few more seconds off, holding on to that 1-0 lead. Long toss into the box, and it rolls all the way through to the near sideline. Elmhurst not able to catch up. North Central wins it, throws it in. The header goes off the leg of Josh Rudd. Out of bounds to the Cardinals, another throw-in. Here's Walcott. Takes a look. Fires downfield, volleyed out of the air by Witzowski, though. Swanson Ralph looks for Bigby. Gets around one defender. Turns and just blindly throws that one back off the North Central defender. It's a corner kick for the Blue Jays. And Elmhurst can take more time off the clock. Brett Stifler will walk it over, put it down, and he's the man who will restart the play for the Blue Jays. Stifler drops the arm, fires it through, headed out by the Cardinals. Fetchy can't control. North Central back the other way. Elmhurst there to break it up, slow things down, and the Blue Jays will play to the near side and quickly steer it right back upfield. Off the leg of a North Central player, out of bounds, as Borzik couldn't catch up to it. A throw in for the Blue Jays. Elmhurst with a quick restart. Rudd to Johnson, back to Rudd, and he'll play it forward, but can't keep it in, out of bounds. North Central ball. Substitutions for the Cardinals. Donovan out. Cardinals will throw it in. Fellini back to Borzik. He'll boom it downfield off the head of Stifler. Now won by the Cardinals. Looking for Habib. He's slowed down at the top of the box. Elmhurst gives chase. Big collision near the sideline. Two players down, out of bounds. And now a card will stop the clock here. And a card going to go to Stifler of the Blue Jays. Big collision near the sideline. You see it on the replay. North Central player hopping off the field on one leg is Lucas Habib. He not putting any weight down on that right leg at all. Johnson's shirt a very dark black as he went skidding across the track. So on the throw-in, the clock will start here. Habib still not completely off the field, getting some assistance now from his teammates on the far sideline. Ball tossed in, clock rolls down to 6:22. Steered away by the Blue Jays. For status, had it, lost it. Elmhurst looks to push back the other way, losing his footing momentarily, and now again is Fetchy, but maintains possession. Headed back towards open space, won by the Blue Jays. And Stifler Stifler sent tumbling down, no call, play on, North Central throws it in. Chasing after it, Fellini. He corrals, clock down to 5:45. Fellini. Little double team pressure by the Blue Jays. Now here's Borzik. Walcott to Fellini. Fellini gets around one man, can't get around both, but Elmhurst not out of danger yet as Borzik sends it forward to Koth. Back to Fellini. Fellini can't clear, and alertly Stifler will just chip it into the corner and out of play. Throw in for the Blue Jays. They'll head it downfield. And that one's out of bounds near midfield. The clock winds, under 5 minutes to go now. Elmhurst will have 2 subs at the next dead ball, at the next throw-in. Fetchy playing it too far in front, out of play. It'll be a North Central throw-in, clock down to 4:40. Elmhurst is the only team that'll sub. Then the clock will stop as the Blue Jays have the lead. Throw-in still to North Central, 4:25. Borzik. Bounced around off a couple of players. Koth controls for the Cardinals. Koth racing in, plays it back. And taken away by the Blue Jays. Chandler Ola had a little move there, but not able to get past Elmhurst. And Michael DeLong, the man who applied the defense and stole it away for Elmhurst. Under 4 minutes to go. DeLong will play it out. It'll be a throw-in for the Cardinals directly in front of the the Elmhurst bench with 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Elmhurst putting on some pressure, and now they will chip it downfield. We're going to work the sidelines and the corners here. Chance to run some extra clock. Cardinals win the battle in the corner. They'll have a throw-in with 3:15. Borzik lost it. Elmhurst wins it in Nick Fetchy. Tries to go back down that sideline again, out of play. It'll be another throw-in for the Cardinals. Clock rolling to 2 minutes 45 seconds. They will play this back to the feet of Garcia. Elmhurst packing in a little bit defensively in the final 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Cardinals desperately trying to find the equalizer. Headed back towards the middle of the field. Won by Elmhurst. Here's DeLong with some steam. Gets past 2 men, can't get past the third one, and Barstatis. Taken away by the Cardinals. Borzik, near sideline. Drops for Johnson. Johnson gives chase, sends it through. Pass can't get all the way through. Won by the Blue Jays. With time, taking a look and clearing it downfield is Stifler. This one chipped into the box. Headed out momentarily by the Blue Jays. Now Ruddle swing it and volley it back down towards midfield. Driven right back down by Barstatis. Goes to the far sideline this time. Elmhurst going to give chase. Nice job by the Cardinals to keep it in. Contact near sideline. Play on, says the official. And now the Blue Jays will just boom it downfield. Got a couple guys' feet tangled up, and now there's a break for Elmhurst. Clock down to 1 minute and 20 seconds. Header by the Blue Jays. Stifler. Then volleyed forward downfield by Elmhurst with 20 seconds, with down inside the 20 as the clock winds down to 1 minute to go. And here's a breakaway opportunity for Elmhurst. DeLong racing in. DeLong can put it away for Elmhurst. DeLong shoots, and a save by Garcia. Big save by Garcia. Josh Rudd keeps it in play, and now North Central will fire it out. This will stop the clock. Elmhurst, the team that's leading, so they're the only team subbing, so the clock will stop. It'll start when they toss it in here, as a couple of fresh bodies come in for the final 26 seconds. Lob downfield. Blue Jays just need to put one over the end line and they can run this clock off. Emig giving chase. Emig tripped up, and we're going to have another clock stoppage. That's going to be a yellow card on the Cardinals. So free kick for the Blue Jays from 40 yards out, coming off the card. Andrew Witzowski will take it. Again, the clock stopped a few times here in the last few seconds. First for the sub, then for the card. It'll restart here on the kick. Witzowski just going to play it to the corner and try to milk the final few seconds off. North Central, one last chance towards midfield. Koth gives chase, but the header into the Elmhurst bench, or into the North Central bench, will wrap things up as the horn sounds. The final score, Elmhurst 1, North Central 0. As the Blue Jays pick up their first conference win of the season, they improve to 7-3-3, 1-1-1 in the CCIW. North Central now 8-5-1. They're also 1-2-0 in league play. Elmhurst's next game, the Blue Jays will travel to Millikan University this weekend. In just 2 days, they'll play Friday night against the Big Blue before coming home to host University of Dubuque in their final non-conference tilt. That will be on Tuesday night under the lights at Langhorse Field at 7 p.m. Don't go anywhere. We've got women's soccer action as Elmhurst and North Central set to do battle. In the meantime, thanks for watching the Elmhurst men's soccer team. This is Kevin Jude saying thanks to our producer, director, cameraman extraordinaire, Glenn Liljeberg. So long, and thanks for watching BlueJayTV.com.